host 48 Husky Gaming 365, and after a uncalled for 5-month hiatus, the Aviation podcast has returned. New screen this time, because I was not in the mood to do like 4 different screens. Today's topics. Boeing finds, yet again, another issue in the Mac software. Airbus is fined for bribery, 6.3 billion euros to be exact. The A220's zero fuel weight plans to be upped, and flights have been canceled due to the coronavirus. First of all, starting off with Boeing finds an issue with the Max. Husky, take it away because you're the one that found this.
Well, I had saw it in a video, but apparently Boeing has discovered that there's now once again another issue with the software regarding the 737 Max. However, they did say it is a indicator. It's something with the indicator light that notifies the pilots that the nose is going up or down during flight. They said this light was actually not activating, I guess, while it was in flight. So I guess the pilots were never able to know if or when the nose was going up or down, which I can see why it would be a problem, because I guess because the engines are mounted slightly over the wings and there's a computer system controlling the trim, that would end up causing a disaster, which would lead to yet again another catastrophe, which
would probably be the end of that airplane.
Yes, and they really don't want to be dealing with any more issues regarding the Max. It's already got enough scrutiny. It's already dealing with enough. So I'm pretty sure they're going to try to do their best and everything they can to make sure that the aircraft remains flying. And I definitely do wish Boeing my condolences, and I hope they can get everything going, because it would be really nice to get this plane back up in the air again, because they really need this plane.
And we're gonna brighten the whole Boeing news, and I know this is old now, but 777X did fly. It took 2 days of delays to get it done. Supposed to fly on a Thursday. Mother Nature was an ass. Supposed to fly on Friday. Yet again, Mother Nature was an ass. It flew on a Saturday. Successfully, might I add, until a point where the pilots didn't want to land, but they had to. Because
otherwise we're gonna have to glide into the airfield, and they definitely don't want to do that. So definitely,
much to the amazement and pomp and circumstance of Boeing and everyone who was watching, congrats to them. And like I said, that's old news, but it brightens up the whole Boeing situation. And supposedly, Airbus has been fined for bribery, which did not know they fucked up. But it is what it is. I didn't actually... Hold on, I'm pulling up the article now. Airbus has... And this is from the Flight Aware Weekly email for those who get it. And apologies for the language earlier. Airbus has reached agreements with fraud authorities in France, the UK, and the US to pay 6.3 billion euros amid investigations of bribery and corruption in the company, according to Flight Global. Analysis from Airbus estimated the damaging impact could have reached around 200 billion euros across all divisions of the company. The payment made by Airbus will finally bring an end to the 3-year prosecution arrangement, which would have avoided more money in lawsuits, and then it stops there.
Oh.
But apparently, did you know Airbus has been under siege lately?
Yeah, because you know Airbus is being naughty.
Would have avoided more money in lawsuits and also employee satisfaction. France will receive 2 billion euros, with the UK receiving 984 million, and US Department of Justice 526 million euros. And Department of State receiving 9 million. So, yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
And I also saw, same email for those who get it, apparently Airbus wants to hike these minimum zero fuel weight up on the A220,
Hmm.
which
Interesting.
is interesting. And I know we don't talk about them a lot. Bombardier apparently wants to sell their business jet division off to Textron, who owns
Yeah.
Bell Helicopter and
Mm-hmm.
Cessna.
And I think as well as this, I think no wait no that's Raytheon that has the Beechcraft. I think you know what at this point it's safe to say and it sucks to say it, but I think Bombardier is dying.
Sorry, I have to agree with you on that one.
I think Bombardier is dying. They sat there, they sold their Dash 8 to Vulcan. They sat there and sold over 50% of shares to Airbus for the A220. I believe they sold the CRJ series. I don't know if I'm accurate in saying that, but
So
I bel
back to the A220 thing. As I
uh,
get buzzed by some sort of aircraft.
oh,
Airbus is, and this story comes from FlightGlobal.com for those who are curious. Airbus is planning a further performance tweak to the A220 family by increasing the maximum zero fuel weight and maximum landing weight of the twin jet. Airbus program manager Laura Massal tells Flight Global that the change will be introduced as an option on both variants of the aircraft, the 1 and 300, in 2022, subject to regulatory approval.
hmm,
He says both max weight thresholds will be increased by just over 1.8 T and that this will provide operational flexibility through additional payload capability.
huh, nice.
Let me go back and click on the Bombardier one. Oh, the perks of getting emails from FlightAware. You can you can always find something
Mm-hmm.
for these videos. Bombardier Textron jump on report of private jet deal talks. Bombardier Inc. jumped on a Wall Street Journal report that the Canadian maker of planes and trains is in talks to sell its private jet unit to Textron Inc., which makes Cessna planes. Textron also surged on speculation that the deal would bolster its luxury aircraft business. This is Bloomberg.com article, by the way. The
Okay.
negotiations have been going on for several weeks, and the terms of the potential transaction are unclear, the journal reported Tuesday, citing people familiar with the matter. There is no guarantee that the discussions will result in any agreement. Bombardier declined to comment, and Textron did not immediately respond on the request for comment.
Hmm. Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind for anyone that is wanting to know, the Bombardier private jet series consists of the Global 6000, the Global 5000, the Global 7500, and also consists of the Challenger series, i.e., the 350 and the Challenger 300, the Challenger 350, and I feel like I'm missing one. The Challenger 604 is what it all consists of. The Challenger series and the Global series,
Alright, back to.
as well as as well as their Learjet series as well. They also make Learjets. I forgot about that.
They built those out in Wichita.
I think yeah, they build the
The
so
Lears
Bombardier
come.
make.
The Lears are built somewhere in Kansas. I want to say
Hmm.
it's Wichita.
But I know for a fact that Bombardier does make Learjets. They have the Learjet 45, the Learjet 60, the Learjet 75 Liberty. Uh, let's see. I believe it goes from the 45 up because everything from the 45 is Bombardier. Everything 45 and everything 35 and under is, I believe, Gates.
Alright. Obviously, we all know what's going on in China right now with the
Yeah,
coronavirus.
yeah. People are not feeling too well in
It
China.
sucks because, unfortunately, with coronavirus, for those who don't know, you think you're getting the flu, which
Mm-hmm.
is not the case.
No.
Delta American United announced they will temporarily cancel all of their mainland China flights in response to the coronavirus outbreak, facing pressure from unions representing airline employees and new warnings from public health officials. This is from USAtoday.com. As of Friday, the outbreak had infected nearly 10,000 people, most of them in China, and killed more than 200, all in China. U.S. Department late Thursday elevated its China travel advisory to level 4, recommending that Americans do not travel there. That change followed the World Health Organization's declaration of a global health emergency over coronavirus.
Yeah.
White House officials said Tuesday they were considering a China travel ban, but then stated they had not contacted airlines.
Oh, good to know.
So that's really all we have. We just, between what Husky said about the Max and then what I found in the FlightAware email. Oh, what the hell? Well, we can make a video out of it. How the hell are we not even at 11 minutes yet?
No. Well, that's a first. A video that's under 15 minutes.
We'll probably sit here and ramble for 10 minutes anyway, like we normally do.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, going back to the Bombardier issue, it sucks, but they're not going to last. I can tell you right now. Bombardier is unfortunately not going to last. They've sold almost every single aircraft they've built, including the, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they've also sold the Bombardier CRJ series.
Yeah, because we talked about that in one of the early episodes, to like Mitsubishi or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was in a super old episode.
Mm-hmm. Which
Which
I don't want to see Bombardier
they're
go
all in a
because
playlist in numerical order, so if you want to go back and watch all of them, starting with the very beginning, go ahead. Keep in mind, this was just an idea I had one day. Me and him were sitting here, and we're on Discord, by the way, for those who are curious. Sitting here in Discord, and I was like, you know what'd be cool? Take the big headlines in aviation, even if it's not a weekly thing like I've stated in the past. We sit here, because I have OBS, so I throw an imagery on the screen, we sit here and record it. Sit here and talk about it, and here we are. I don't know how many episodes later, because the episode count is off since I had something I never uploaded. So the episode count's off, but here we are.
Yep. But
And I don't know how
is...
DJ's Aviation does it every week. I mean, he'll talk about some of the stuff we don't even think is, like, noteworthy. You know, he can sit here and go on a 10-minute rant about how airlines are adding new routes and that. To us, that's not something to talk. We don't want to talk about that. Because that's, to us, we want to talk about the big stuff. Like the Max. Even though this is about our 4th update on the Max.
Because hell, the Max has been the Max has just been a very controversial aircraft over the months, and it's actually coming upon it's a year since the Max was
Oh my
grounded.
god! Wow, it is coming up on a year. Damn.
A year, the Max has been grounded. And it sucks. It really does.
And most of the 3 major U.S. carriers that own Maxes have already canceled them through the summer season. Originally, they had canceled them through March. Thinking, okay, end of March, early June, we can fly them again. Well, then it got pushed to, like, what, end of July? And now they've basically, to put it simply, now they've basically canceled them for the entire summer season.
They've canceled it. I'm surprised to see that airlines haven't gone off to just cancel them indefinitely. I'm surprised to see that happen. That's what surprises me.
We tried to do a spur of the moment video while I was at work one day. Dennis Molenberg has been ousted, and there's got a new guy in charge over it. Yep. Because, sorry, no offense to Dennis, but he was becoming the face of the problems. And but here's the thing though on him. We don't know if he left or if he was fired. There's no clear indication on whether he was told to leave or if he chose to leave because he couldn't handle the pressure of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we've hit 15 minutes.
Oh, well, see, there we go. You see, that's exactly what I was talking about right there.
Because we sit here and we half the time we ramble about stuff that we don't want to that we never put in the set list, but it happens.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And
Is
yeah.
Rolls-Royce still having issues with their Trent series? Because I know you've been
Mm-hmm.
keeping up on that.
Mm-hmm. Once again,
Oh,
Rolls-Royce is having issues with the Trent 10 engines. Why, Rolls-Royce? You have made a really crap engine. It
I saw
runs like
this on Facebook and
garbage.
I didn't bother to click on it, but apparently an Iceland Air 75 had its right rear main collapse when it landed at some airport.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
see, that just comes to show you that these planes are starting to get old.
Man, when they're not falling to pieces, those 75s are tanks, man.
Mm-hmm. They were built to last a long time, and Boeing definitely made that clear. They made that clear.
Oh, and I didn't read into it. Oh, it was for what was it? Mischief. Some guy in an Air Canada flight decided to stand up and point out that he possibly had coronavirus, and keep in mind the airplane was going international from Toronto. It was a WestJet flight to be more precise. They turned
West
around. They landed back in Toronto, and they landed, and he was arrested for mischief.
serves his dumbass right.
You don't point that kind of shit out.
No, no, you really don't.
You don't pull that kind of shit.
You really don't.
I don't have anything else to ramble on about. Besides the fact Mother Nature can't make up her daggone mind here.
Oh.
So last weekend, Saturday, 45 degrees. Really didn't, a bit of a breeze, Saturday was somewhat warm. Sunday, like, low to mid 50s with the breeze. Without the breeze, it fell to 18. And then Monday, all day, it was like 65 or something. And then Tuesday, it was like upper 50s in the morning. And like that, Mother Nature said, ha, screw you. And the temperatures went, whoop, dive bombed. And it's either been raining and it's been overcast again. There's snow on the ground again. Last time I looked out the window, it was snowing. And when it's not snowing, it can't make up its mind whether it wants to sleet or rain.
Oh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is like Mother Nature's been indecisive for the past 3 days.
And I have seen a CRJ 550 in person right now. The way to tell is A, it's got LEDs on, and B, it's the only CRJ 7 looking airplane in the new colors.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen one.
Oh yeah, I've seen one driving around the
In
airport.
person.
Oh yeah, I was able to see one taking off at Lambert.
That's all I have. If you have anything else you want to sit here and ramble about, feel free. Obviously, those watching this on YouTube, put your thoughts in the comment section. Let us know what you think. We'd love to have you chime in down below.
Mm-hmm. Something else that we haven't covered is the fact that the Airbus A350 has been experiencing engine shutdowns mid-flight.
And you can
And
thank a pilot for
apparently,
spilling his damn drink.
First of all, no thanks to the clumsy pilot. But how in the Sam Hill do you manage to spill your drink over the console where the throttles are? Really? I gotta say, well done to the pilots. Seriously, if you're going to drink something in the cockpit, please be careful with it. Or if it's an open container, put it in something that has a container you can close, like a thermos or a water bottle. How you First of all, why you would want to spill some? Oh, first of all, how you managed to spill something in the cockpit, I don't know how. But yes, and I'll admit it's fine. People do make mistakes. That's fine. But you can't spill stuff like that in a plane that's basically a giant electric generator. That's going to lead to a catastrophe. Trust me. The last thing airline manufacturers need is a catastrophe to happen on their hands. Um, uh, for example, no name Sikorsky. um,
Yeah, that we're not going to talk about.
They still need to do a hashtag investigation. Um, but I, how, be careful with the drinks, okay? Because of the fact that the clumsy pilot spilled his drink over the engine comms over the console, it caused the right engine to completely shut down. Now the pilot spent time trying to restart the engine, which they should have known was not going to work because of the altitude they were at. You're at an altitude where there's hardly any oxygen. To start an engine requires oxygen. So that trying to restart the engine already should have been a no. They should have already tried to divert to an airport. But they did their jobs, and their job tells them to, if the engine fails in mid-flight, try to get the engine to fire back up. But they couldn't. But then after that, which then in turn they decided, okay, we need to land. But seriously, be careful with your drinks, okay? The A350 is too new to already be having issues. It's too new. As far as I'm concerned, if I'm not mistaken, there hasn't been any issues with the A350.
I haven't seen. The A350 itself seems to be fine. I think it was just, that was a pilot error thing more than it was an Airbus fault. Because Airbus hasn't, I follow Airbus on Twitter and they haven't come out and said anything.
No.
So it's not an Airbus problem.
No. It's not. It's definitely not an Airbus issue. But let's try to prevent issues from happening in the future, please. That would be nice. The last thing we need is for some news to come over saying, "Oh shit, an Airbus just crashed." We don't need please, because then Airbus is gonna have to figure out why the A350 crashed. Then they're gonna have to stop. Then they're gonna have to figure out what went wrong and try to halt off flights. So the problem, and that's just inconvenient. It causes airlines to lose money, causes them to lose money, and then in the long run, it's just a downward spiral into hell.
So quick plug for the Instagram, because I think we're gonna call it here. CMH Spotter, also CMH Airport if you want to see my wonderful collection of 1/400 scale Gemini jets. And I think I've got more Gemini jets than any other brand, because I've got one Phoenix and that German one. Who is it? That made my AN225.
Herpa?
Yeah, Herpa. CMH Spotter, CMH Airport if you want to follow me on my aviation accounts. I have nothing further. And I don't think Husky does either.
Nope, I sure don't.
Well, if that is the case, apologies for the hiatus. We get like an idea and then we can't come up with anything else, and we're kind of okay, whatever.
Yeah. And that's how.
So we wind up not doing it, and
no.
That and Somebody in here has a job now, so that's gonna make it even harder.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Oh, lol. Per Boeing on Instagram. Exactly 10 years ago, the 748 freighter took to the skies for the very first time. Today, this airplane, along with the passenger version, continues to make bucket list trips happen and provide value to airlines. What's your favorite hashtag Queen of the Skies memory? Hashtag why I love the 747.
Wow, they just tweeted that?
They put it on Instagram 2 hours ago.
That's hilarious.
So there we go.
Hashtag. Wow, and what was the hashtag?
Damn it. Hashtag Queen of the Skies. Hashtag why I love the 747.
Why I love the 747? Let me tell you why I love the 747. Because I love those new those Genix 2B engines. It looks so good. I mean, seriously, the 747 is a beautiful aircraft, don't get me wrong. And I know a lot of airlines are getting ready to get rid of it. But it is, no matter how you look at it, it is a beautiful aircraft. The 400 known for the slightly curved up winglets. The
First time
800.
I ever, and yes, I've been to a few places that most people would dream of going. I have relatives over in Norway. So when they wanted to get married in Spain at the Norwegian embassy, we were going to Norway first and then going to Spain. So we flew from here to Chicago and got to fly a British Airways 747 from Chicago to London. First time I had been on a 747.
The first time you've been on a 747.
That's the first time I'd flown on a 747. Then when I went to Australia the following year, first of all, I got to fly on an A380. It's like, holy crap, look how big it is, awesome, I'm on an A380, and then I was over it. And then on the way back, we flew on a 747 to LA.
Oh.
So those are kind of my why I love the 747 is the fact I've been on it. And then I hadn't been on one until we went to the Delta Flight Museum. I went to the Flight Museum in November. And first of all, it's sad that airlines are retiring the original Queen of the Skies.
It really is. It's it's really unfortunate to see airlines do it, but I can see why. I mean, it is getting pretty old now.
The 747 the Delta Flight Museum has is actually the 747, that Northwest one that had the rudder failure going from Detroit to Tokyo, and they manhandled it back to Alaska. It's that 747 that they have, even though it has a U.S. tail number on it, and the tail number ends in U.S. Anyway, I stepped back into the airplane, and keep in mind, this is the first time in like 4 years I'd been on a 747. I was struggling for words being back in the original Queen of the Skies. It's moving a little bit. Because you know that their airlines are slowly phasing them out.
Which sucks.
It really does. First of all, America never had any to my knowledge. Delta United retired theirs.
Oh.
Like years ago now, it seems.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
It's been like 4 or 5 years now since they retired them.
Good
but
to know.
Going back into a 747, yes, it was a museum, and yes, they had modified it to be a museum piece. I was at a loss for words. Those airplanes are amazing.
Oh, yeah.
A 747, gorgeous airplane, and they, you can go in the upper deck of it. Keep in mind it's a 747-400, unfortunately.
Oh.
But now, okay, yes, it's a museum airplane, but now I can say I've walked up and down the staircase of a 747 and seen the upper deck.
Oh.
Of it, and I've seen the cockpit of it. Yes, they kept the flight deck. You can go in it, but you can't actually sit down because they set everything fancy.
Oh.
But I've been in a 747. I've always known that as the queen of the skies. It will
Oh yeah.
always be the queen of the skies, no matter what
Yeah, I don't care what
Airbus
anybody
does.
says. No. As a matter of fact, it would remain the queen of the skies, and
It will
it will
always.
remain. It'll have that title for years to come.
It will
It doesn't
all.
matter
To
what
me,
Airbus does. As
it
a matter
will
of fact,
always
Airbus
hold
is
that title.
yeah, Airbus is about to sit there and retire their damn A380. So once they retire that, that's it. It's a wrap. Airbus no longer
Because
holds that.
two, as we said in like one of the episode 2 or 3, two engines go twice. Can go the same distance. Hell, even further as 4, even further
Mm-hmm.
than 4. The 747 is it's one of those airplanes that it sucks that it's passenger wise there's not a lot of them left. I mean, hell, look at the 8. I think only Korean and Lufthansa are the only ones that fly them. Passenger wise, I don't even think KLM has any.
No, because I went with the Dreamliner.
747 is the original Queen of the Skies, the original, like, 500 passenger jumbo. It
Mm-hmm.
it set the standard for the lone haul airplane.
Mm-hmm.
And what would eventually become Airbus, the company that would eventually become Airbus.
Mm-hmm.
You could do like JFK to London prior to the 747, but you were doing that in a 707, which is small and cramped.
Mm-hmm.
You were doing it in 707s and 727s, they were small and cramped. And then here comes the 747, this massive 500-seat airplane with this new thing called a wide body and twin aisles.
Mm-hmm.
The 707 and 727 were 3-3 layouts with a single aisle. And
Oh yeah.
here you have this new airplane called a 747, which first of all introduces this thing called a wide body. You add double
Oh yeah.
aisles, and
Double.
you can do 10 seats across. You can do a 3-4-3 layout.
Oh
Put
yeah.
3 seats on window side, have an aisle between them, and then put 4 across in the middle of the airplane. The
Oh yeah.
747 started some trends that to this day are still in use.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 minutes later.
Uh,
Alright, for real, this time, end of the video. Thank you for watching CMH Airport CMH Spotter on Instagram. If you want to give those a follow, leave your thoughts and opinions, and maybe suggestions you find in the comment section down below. We will get to them. We've hit 30 minutes yet again. Actually, surpassed 30 minutes yet again because 20 minutes of rambling afterward.
mm-hmm. You gotta love improv.
Mm-hmm. But
Oh, by the way, the helicopter that buzzed you earlier was the aircraft that buzzed you was a Bell 206.
who was it?
Department of Natural Resources. It was November 500 NR.
Wow, I did not know Ohio DNR had one. Alright,
Mm-hmm. That's who buzzed you.
like I was just saying, if you have thoughts, opinions, suggestions, leave them down below. We'd love to have chats with you in the comment section. As always, smash the thumbs up button.
Don't smash it too much. Otherwise, you might crack your monitor.
Yeah. Give this one a thumbs up. Leave your thoughts and opinions down below. Thank you so much for watching. And 34.5 minutes later, we will see you in the next one, whenever it may be. Take care.
Hopefully, it won't take 5 months.
Yes, exactly.